Welcome back to Relief Tutorials. In the previous sessions, we have seen about some formulae and important notes like these. We have formula that VAV is equals to S1 plus S2 upon T1 plus T2. And if T1 is equals to T2, then we have a very simple formula here. V1 plus V2 upon 2. And if we have S1 is equals to S2, then VAV is equals to 2V1 V2 upon V1 plus V2. Now we have to understand two terms. Uniform motion and non-uniform motion. Uniform motion means if a particle traveling equal distances in equal interval of time, then the motion is uniform motion. And exactly opposite, if a particle is not traveling equal distances in equal interval of time, then the motion is non-uniform motion. Let us understand this by one example. Consider you are going to Ahmedabad from Rajkot, in car. You are just sitting beside the driver's seat and you are taking some observations. You have made some time interval. Let us say we have made a table like this. Time and distance traveled in that time. Let us say from 8 o'clock you are starting your journey. So 8 to 8:15, 15-minute time interval, and in that you have covered 20 kilometer distance. From 8:15, another 15 minute, 8:15 to 8:30, you are making the time intervals equal, 15 minute each. You have noted that in the next 15 minutes your car has traveled 15 kilometer distance, because it is not necessary that in all the equal 15 minutes you are traveling the same distance every time. So again the next 15 minutes, 8:30 to 8:45, your car has traveled 17 kilometer distance. So if you observe these three observations first, time intervals each of what? 15 minutes. So we have equal interval of time, but the distance traveled is not different because the speeds are different in all these three. So in the equal interval of time, you are or your car is not traveling equal interval of time, but the distance traveled are not equal. So such type of motion is non-uniform motion. Okay. Now let us consider from 8:45 to 9. Now your car is on the highway, so there is no hurdles and you are traveling with the constant speed. Let us say your car has traveled 17 kilometer distance. From 9 to 9:15, again your car has traveled 17 kilometer distance. So in these three parts of equal interval of time, we have traveled equal distance. So here this type of motion is uniform motion. One thing is very easy to understand from this example, that in these three parts, equal distances traveled in equal interval of time means the speed is constant. Speed is constant means speed is uniform. So here uniform motion, we have seen the definition already. Uniform motion is also called as uniform speed motion or uniform speed. Also called as, this motion is also called as constant speed motion. Three different words for that: uniform motion, uniform speed motion, or constant speed type of motion. Because in this uniform motion we have seen the equal distances traveled in the equal interval of time. So it means the speed is also same. Your car is traveling smoothly with the same speed, with the constant speed you are going with. Okay, so such type of motion, you are neither applying brakes nor applying accelerator to increase your speed. So you are traveling smoothly on the road with the same speed. Such type of motion is uniform motion, in that the speed is remains constant. So up to here we have discussed about speed. Let us recap it fast. What is the formula for speed? It is distance upon time. The definition of speed was distance traveled by a moving particle in unit time is called as speed. We have seen the average speed concept also. Average speed is what? Average speed is total distance traveled upon total time taken for the journey. We have seen different formulas also. We have seen that speed, any type of speed, because it always depends on distance and time. So speed is a scalar quantity. So just like the speed, we have one more quantity to understand, and that is velocity. It is also called as speed with direction, but the term is velocity. Speed is distance upon time and velocity is displacement upon time. So the definition for velocity is very easy. Displacement traveled by a moving particle in unit time. Definition is same as the speed. The word only difference is what? In place of distance, here we have displacement. That's all. For your kind information, displacement is also symbolized by S. Definition is same, so the formula also will be same. So what we can write the formula for velocity? That velocity is equals to displacement upon time. Look at the difference in these two formulas. Speed and velocity. Speed is distance upon time and velocity is displacement upon time. Distance is a scalar quantity, time is a scalar quantity, so the speed is also scalar quantity. But here displacement is vector quantity. Time is scalar but displacement is vector. So velocity depends on one of the quantity, displacement, which is vector. So velocity is vector quantity. we already know that distance is always positive. Distance is always positive, so the speed is also always positive. But we know that displacement is vector quantity, so it can be positive, negative, or zero. So if displacement is positive, negative, or zero, same thing, velocity also can be positive, negative, or zero, because it totally depends on displacement. What do you think? If the displacement is zero upon any time, 1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hour, whatever, 0 upon anything is always what? 0. So velocity also becomes 0. If displacement is negative, we know that negative only indicates direction. So if displacement is negative, so negative term upon time is always positive. So negative term upon positive term is always what? Negative. So if displacement is negative, velocity negative. If displacement positive, velocity positive. If displacement 0, velocity 0. So velocity totally depends on displacement. Just like the speed, velocity depends on, just like the speed depends on distance and time, velocity depends on displacement and time. Displacement symbolized by s, just like the distance, and just like the speed, velocity also described by v. So if you write the formula symbolically, it is same as speed. V is equals to s upon t, but we have to understand that if you represent direction, this v is velocity. If you don't represent direction, this v is speed. If you give s, if you represent direction in s, that is displacement. If you don't represent direction in s, that is distance. Because distance also symbolized by s, displacement also symbolized by s. So there might be some confusion, but to avoid that confusion, you have to observe carefully that if something is, for example, if I say s is 10 meter and if I say s is 10 meter from north to south, so here this s is distance because it is not having any direction, and this s is displacement because it is having direction. So if you are representing direction in s, this s represents displacement. Okay, both measured in terms of same unit, so the unit of velocity. Unit means velocity will be measured in which terms? I think the terms are same as what? Speed, kilometer per hour or meter per second. Units are same. Units are same. The only difference is velocity depends on displacement and speed depends on distance. Just like the average speed, we have the formula for average velocity also. So what do you think the formula of average velocity? So average velocity VAV, same symbols. That is again is equals to S1 plus S2 upon T1 plus T2, means total displacement upon total time. Same things, all the formulas, all the conditions, all the rules are same. Just the difference is velocity is a vector quantity and speed is a scalar quantity. We have seen some important shortcut formula also. Those shortcut formula are also applicable here in these velocity terms also. So whatever the examples we have seen earlier, same examples can be used here for the sake of understanding. The only difference between these two is what? Velocity is a vector, velocity depends on displacement, speed is scalar, speed depends on distance. Units are same, all the rules, all the formulas, all the things are same. Okay, so make notes of these terms. Practice the examples which I have given to you. In the next lecture, we will solve the examples from our textbook. Till then, be practicing. Best of luck.